Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Harlem Beer Distribution of North Carolina, also the Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance. We are here at Sticks and Vines in Durham. I'm your host, Donald Ware. We thank this outstanding crowd that is with us. A lot of people have on their HBCU paraphernalia. Those that are, as a matter of fact, watching us or live stream, we appreciate you doing so as well. We've been joined by Shaw head football coach Adrian Jones, North Carolina Central head football coach Trey Oliver, Elizabeth City State head football coach Marcus Hilliard, and in the last segment, we were joined by Fayetteville State head football coach Richard Hayes. Joining us now on the Countdown to Kickoff, Maurice Flowers in his second season as the head football coach at Johnson C. Smith, joining us here on the Countdown to Kickoff. Coach Flowers, good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me. Just a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Your thoughts on the 2022 season?
22 season, season of transition. We were hired probably January of 22 and brought in and really just started laying the foundation. Johnson C. Smith doesn't have the long tradition that some of the schools here have of really good football, so we just started just step by step, brick by brick, and the season I felt was very competitive, so we made some strides.
Second spring practice under your belt as the head coach there in Charlotte. Your thoughts in terms of how spring practice went?
Very productive. Very productive spring. The thing that we looked for out of spring practice was this team better than the team that finished game 10? And it was, without a doubt, easy to see it's a yes. We brought in 53 freshmen and 12 transfer portal young men to the team. And so a bunch of new guys. And so now they had time to go through off season, get stronger, get faster. And you could tell. And so it just was a totally different team that took the field in the spring than what finished the season.
You don't know, but those that don't know, an offensive guru, quarterback guru. You played a couple of quarterbacks on last year. If the season were to start today, who would be your starting quarterback?
It's not. There's no quarterback controversy. It's Tyrell Jackson. We played 3 quarterbacks last year, but it wasn't by design. Tyrell Jackson was injured early in the season. At the time he was injured after week 4 or 5, he was number 7 in Division II in yards per game, averaging 330. So we lose him, and he's also a guy that knew the system. He transferred with me from Fort Valley State, where he was one of the better quarterbacks in the conference in the SIAC, and we anticipate him having a very big year.
Your first year back, I would say first year, but your first year back in the CIAA, what are some of the differences you saw in terms of play in the SIAC and then play in the CIAA?
SIAC, an outstanding conference, lots of good athletes, lots of talent, where I would say the biggest difference now with the CIAA is universities are funding their programs better. You see schools, for instance, Fayetteville State with maximum amount of scholarships, coaches, and a lot of other schools following suit. So the biggest difference, I would say, is the support financially with just everything you need to have a winning program with the resources. That's what I see.
Now, Brevin Caldwell comes back for you, right? So your wide receiver's a first-team All-CIAA kid, had, I believe it was 53 receptions or in excess of 50 receptions on last year. How much better do you think he can be in 2023?
Showed it. He's already shown it. He's a different young man. First thing, when I think about Brevin, I'll start in the classroom. 3.9 GPA and has a really good focus. He's one of our local Charlotte guys, and he works. His work ethic is I can't even compare it. He and the quarterback, they're here for the summer on campus, and they're just getting a lot of work in. I mean, they call and say, Coach, can we go on the field at 10 o'clock at night because somebody's getting off work late? And, you never tell a guy he can't get work in. So I look for Brevin Caldwell to have a really big year.
Some of the other guys, you mentioned the quarterback, talked about Caldwell, some of the other guys you expect to step up offensively for you.
Offensively, I'm excited about our running backs. We have the Newman brothers. Their father, Tim Newman, was a Johnson C. Smith Golden Bull, played for the New York Jets shortly, and his oldest son, Tim Jr., transferred to us last year from Presbyterian, and the younger one, Jacob Newman, was an outstanding back with South Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte, and turned down a couple of FCS offers to stay home and be able to play with his brother and help us build a championship program. And so I'm excited with our running backs. Offensive line, a lot of good ones coming back. Our offensive line is coming back. We really didn't lose much, so we're excited about the direction, every position.
Big name. I want to talk about Jalen Alexander because it's all CIAA, or rookie CIAA, I should say, at defensive end. But, I'm sure you got some other guys you're expecting to step up also.
J.A., as we call him. J.A. Will be a sophomore, just improved as the season went along. That's the thing with freshmen. When you play that many, they're not the same at the end of the season as they were at the beginning. He made progress throughout the season. He's going to have a big year. He's bigger, stronger, faster. And then we'll go to linebacker, Benari Black, another Charlotte native. And Jalen Alexander's from Charlotte, went to South Mecklenburg, teammate of Jacob Newman. And Benari Black went to West Charlotte High School and started off at UNC Pembroke and was a leading tackler. And now he transferred to Smith last year and had a big year. He'll be back. And in the secondary, we'll have Jacoby Clement that'll move from cornerback to safety. That's outstanding young man. Wow, he happens to be out of Charlotte also. So he went to Mallard Creek High School and was at Fayetteville State at one time, and now he's at JCSU. Looking for those guys. I just looked at all three levels, the secondary, the linebacking core, and D-line. We'll have some good experience at all those positions.
Being the head coach at Johnson C. Smith, you're at home in Charlotte on a couple of levels. You're from there. You were a great athlete there. You're coaching, head coaching at your alma mater. And matter of fact, you shared with me, I didn't even know this, you played basketball while at Johnson C. Smith, which that's unheard of today, where guys play football and basketball.
Well, I did. I played basketball. I did. I played 1 year and then saw that it was just too much on the body, and I needed to help my team win some more football games, so put some more time into football. But great experience at Johnson C. Smith, and very glad to see our university just putting such an emphasis in growing the university and academically and in athletics. The university is going in a totally new direction, and with the new leadership, and I'm just proud to be back home.
Yeah, so what does that mean to you to be the head man back at your alma mater?
What it does mean is that we want to make sure that there's a big change. I played at Johnson C. Smith, was a 3-time All-American, but at quarterback. But what I can say is we didn't win any championships. To come back, that's the focus. We want to build a winner in Charlotte, North Carolina at Johnson C. Smith, and that's what our focus is. We're building good team chemistry. We're really a big concentration on our culture. Love the young men that we have and how we're growing together. And I'm just glad to be the leader of the football program.
And then lastly, can you speak to how important it is to sort of get out or start the season off right? Because you got a stretch in the middle, well, not really middle, but towards the beginning middle of the season where CIAA games, where you're on the road for 3 straight weeks.
To a good start. This is something that we talk about with our young men, is that for first, Johnson C. Smith hasn't won a home opener in more than 10 years, and so that's our focus, and our focus is really just one day at a time. You mentioned the schedule. I haven't even looked at it because I'm so tunnel vision on day by day. But if we do the right thing day by day, one brick at a time, and just keep building, as our saying is, everything every day. And that's what our focus is, that when that 3-game stretch comes, we'll be ready for it. We're looking forward to it. The CIAA is just growing. Every team is going to be improved. The coaching is better this year. Again, the athletes are better. It's just, there's going to be so much competition throughout the conference, and we're looking forward to it.
Give it up for Maurice Flowers, the head football coach at Johnson C. Smith, who joins us here on the countdown to kickoff. The Golden Bulls open the season on Saturday, September 2nd at West Virginia Wesleyan. Coach Flowers, appreciate the time. Appreciate you making the drive from Charlotte to Durham. Good luck to you in the Golden Bulls this season.